All right. Welcome everybody to the Beat Ninjas podcast, episode number 2.
What up, y'all?
What up? My name is Shawnee Soprano. I'm here with my boy,
My name is Reezy the Bandit.
Reezy the Bandit. And so last week was a good podcast. We talked about your dad. And so everybody out there, your dad's single is out on all major platforms, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube Music. It's
Amazon.
out on Amazon. So if anybody wants to take a listen or pick up the single, basically you go to Spotify. Well, I have links in my bio on Instagram, and my Instagram is STFAMP. So if you go to my bio, you go to the links, you'll find a after midnight page, and you'll find Pops. Or you go straight to Spotify and type in the search is after midnight, 2 words, and put Daniel Kane or
Shadows in the Sky.
Shadows in the Sky, and you'll get the single, and you'll hear all the other artists that we have worked with under the After Midnight umbrella. So let's get started. So what's going on with you, man? I heard you got a big trip coming up, huh?
Yeah, man. We are heading to the Philippines in a week. This will be my second time heading out there, which is actually crazy to me because, I mean, Philippines was always a place I wanted to go, as a youngin', and now I'm about to go out there for the second time. So I'm looking forward to it. Be visiting my wife's family, and Philippines is a beautiful place, man. It's a beautiful place. It's kind of crazy because both of us we grew up around a lot of Filipinos, right?
Yeah,
you know what
exactly,
I mean?
Exactly.
Growing up in the Bay Area, and so you kind of think the culture,
But you really don't.
but you really don't. Exactly, it's different when you get out there. You know what I mean? You see how folks really live and stuff, and it was kind of an eye opener. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
So how long are you gonna be gone?
We are going to be gone for a month. So, I mean, you know what? When you go that far, you might as well stay as long as as you can.
Yeah, 2 weeks ain't gonna cut it.
2 weeks ain't gonna cut it. And we got a lot of family out there. I think this time, last time we did a little bit more traveling. Got to go to another island called Boracay, which is beautiful, man. Like, you talking about white sandy beaches and crystal clear blue water. It was ridiculous. And I don't swim, but I got in that water. You know what I mean?
The water's crystal clear, or
it's crystal clear, man. You can see everything. You can see the fish. Like little itty bitty fish. Like they was biting my toes.
And how is the water? Is it warm?
It's warm. It's like bath water, man.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's that warm. It's that warm. The ocean, bro.
Because that's always my fear getting in the water is the temperature of the water. It's that initial, sticking your big toe in there and testing it. But
no, I mean that particular island and that spot. I mean the water is inviting. You know what I mean? Like I said, I can't swim. Okay, but I literally walked right into that water because you can see everything. It's warm. It's inviting. It doesn't scare you.
As black people, we don't know how to swim.
We don't know how to swim.
Nah.
We don't know how to swim. The myth is true, y'all.
I'm sure some would beg to differ, but
yes.
I know. Yeah, I don't know how to swim. I'll do a good cat paddle, but but I don't know how to swim, to save my life. But
absolutely.
So you'll be out there for a month, and the flight is how long?
Well, it's basically 15 hours, but we're flying from here to Korea first to Seoul, and then from there to the Philippines, and from here from the West Coast to Seoul, I want to say it's about 12-ish hours, something like that. And then the flight from there to the Philippines is like 3.5, 4 hours. So
what's the layover in Korea?
Like 2 hours. I actually really like it because you're literally off the plane and on to the next one. Like you go through security,
Right, right, right.
it's smooth. They tell you where to go. It's really really quick. And the first time I was worried because I'm just like the layovers. It's kind of short,
Right, right, right.
but that was no problem, man. No problem at all.
Okay, so when you're on the plane, what is there to do for 16 hours?
Movies and sleep and
Yeah.
food.
So are the movies free or what?
Yeah, yeah. The
Okay.
movies are free. I mean, they had a pretty good selection. Some of the stuff was still in the theaters too. So
Oh wow,
I'm
that's
hope,
cool.
yeah, I'm hoping that it'll kind of be the same thing this time. That there'll be some stuff that I haven't seen. But yeah, I mean, pretty much that's what you do to keep yourself entertained. You
And
watch movies and eat.
how's the music selection
I'll be honest with you. I didn't even really listen to the music. I was listening to my own stuff.
that you have? Okay. So
Yeah, I mean, there was music, but
so what were you listening to?
Oh man, so I got a playlist for everything. So I
Okay.
have I mean literally everything. So for my hip hop playlists, I got it's sectioned off by the area of the country. So I got like a down south playlist. I've got an East Coast playlist, and that includes like every literally the entire East Coast except Florida, because Florida is down south. You know
Right,
what I
right,
mean?
right, right.
So East Coast, West Coast. Now I did West Coast by two. Basically, you got the Bay Area
Mm-hmm.
and you got Los Angeles. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
So pretty much everything in between there. And then I got a Midwest one, so you got your Eminems, you got your Kanye,
Mm-hmm.
people like that, Common, people like that. So it's all spread out, and then I got like an R&B one, like an old school R&B. I got old school Motown stuff, and then some classic rock too.
Now, is this on your phone or are you playing off their? They have uh, Wi-Fi on the plane or?
Oh, it's off my phone. It's off
Okay,
my
so
phone.
you
Yeah, I
so
saved everything.
it's holding a lot of memory then.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay, okay. So and how's the food on the plane?
Food's good.
Well, I mean,
So
what is it? I mean, what did
so
they give you?
you can it's a Korean airline. It's Asiana Airlines, right?
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
you can get Korean food or you can get American food. So
It's
the
your
Korean
choice.
food, yeah, it's your choice. I mean, I kind of stuck with the American food. There's only a few Korean foods that I like, but
And what is that?
yeah. Korean food, bibimbap. I'm probably pronouncing it all wrong.
And what is that?
Bibimbap. It's like
Bimbap bet. Bimbap.
yeah, bibimbap. Uh, it's like noodles. It's like
Okay.
actually no, that I take that back. Japchae is the noodles. Bibimbap, I believe it's like rice and meat, pretty much.
Okay.
So
And the noodles, what it's like a ramen or a,
not necessarily. It's almost like pancit.
oh, okay. I love
Yeah,
pasta, man.
it's almost like pancit.
Your wife makes a mean pancit.
Yes, she does. She needs to
Yeah.
open her own restaurant for real.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
So
already got the name picked out too.
oh okay, okay, okay. Well that little my baby sis entrepreneur.
There you go. There you
Okay.
go.
All right. So now you're going to the Philippines and basically what our podcast is about, it's about music. So what what is the end music out there? What's popping out there?
You know what, man? It's a little bit of everything out there. I mean, Filipinos are entertainers, dude, straight up and down.
Yeah.
I mean, so they do it all. But I mean, they love hip hop. I know that. I've seen like rap battles. You know what I mean? Like they have contests for that type of stuff.
Oh really? Are they rapping in Filipino or are they
They're rapping in Tagalog, man. I
you
mean
tell
both,
Tagalog?
both. Yeah, a little bit of
Wow.
both.
So
Yeah,
how does it sound in Tagalog? I mean,
it sounds
the word play, the word matching, and all
it
that.
sounds ridiculous. Like it's cool, man. Even though I don't know what they're necessarily saying, you can tell that they're rhyming. You know what I
Right?
mean? Like,
Now, did you see
but
that? Did you see that on the street or you see that on
TV.
television on
I seen
TV?
it on
Okay,
TV. Yeah, I seen it.
okay.
They literally have like shows that are dedicated to stuff like that, like singing, dancing, rapping. Like dance is really big out there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember one of the malls that we were at. We were at a dinner, and I don't even know who this person was, but there was somebody that was basically doing a free concert at one of these malls that we were at, and it was like all these teenagers like going crazy. Yeah, I mean
Oh,
just a
word.
yep, just a pop up concert right in the middle of the mall, dude. Like it was
So
insane.
who were they? I mean,
I don't
was the
remember.
person?
I don't
Oh,
remember.
oh,
They
okay.
were singing. It wasn't like hip hop or nothing, but
Were
they
they
all knew who it
were they
was.
young? Was it a group? Was it a?
It was like one dude, like
Oh,
one
okay.
dude. Yeah, yep. But I mean, and then other than that, I mean, they listen to everything we listen to. So I mean, they know our artists and stuff like that. I was kind of blown away. Like some of my cousins was like, "Yo, do you like Wiz Khalifa?" I'm like, "What you know about Wiz Khalifa?" You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, let's see. Yeah, they would listen to Wiz. They were listening to what's my man from Houston? Oh my gosh, his name escapes me. He's is it Travis Scott? I think is that
Yeah, I think it's Travis
yeah,
Scott.
Travis
Hmm.
Scott. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, they pretty much listen to everything we listen to, and then they got their own, specific folks out there too. But they love hip hop, man. They do.
Yeah, because I know they have a. I mean, they have a AGT, America's Got Talent out there.
Yes, 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 they
That's
do.
that's popular out there.
Yes, they do.
I know
Yep.
they probably got their own version of American Idol.
Yeah, they've got the
Probably
voice.
The
They've
Voice.
got the
Yeah,
voice.
their
Yep.
version of
Everything's the
the version
voice.
of The Voice. Now, what
Mm-hmm.
always cracked me up, what I always found interesting about, well, not only Filipinos but anybody from other countries, man.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have the accent and everything, and then when they go to sing,
Yeah, no accent, right?
no accent at all. Like, and just like my dude Arnel Pineda,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
is from there, and how Journey discovered him on YouTube.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
man,
He
he's
sounded
like,
just like him, man. Just like
yeah,
him.
yeah, dude. And during the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, even Steve Perry gave him
Mm-hmm.
his props. How he
Mm-hmm.
sings his butt off, and he's singing his butt off, sounding like Steve Perry.
Yes. Yep.
So he gave him his props, like, and yeah, I'm not disappointed at all, man. You know how
Yeah.
sometimes a lead singer will leave and they try to get somebody that sounds like him,
Right. Right.
but I'm really pleased with the choice that
Oh
Journey
yeah.
made with Arnell. I
Yeah.
saw a
He's
doc,
kept it
yeah,
going.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
so he's popular out there.
Yeah. Very. Very. Yep.
And
Yep.
has he come out with his own album? I don't know.
I don't think
Without
so. I
Journey,
I don't think so. I think he's just been doing stuff with Journey. I actually
yeah,
got to see him like years ago. Both, I mean, with Journey, they came out here, and I lost my mind when they were singing "When the Lights Go Down in the City" because I was really missing San Francisco, and they were showing like pictures of the Bay Bridge or the Golden Gate Bridge. I
oh
was
yeah,
like,
because
that's my city.
they started out here. So
Yeah, exactly.
so
Yep.
you went to a Journey concert.
I did. I did. I
Oh,
went to
who
a.
you and I, me, or you and your
Yeah.
wife? Okay,
Yep. Yep.
and
Yep.
it was her idea, your idea.
We went with another couple, so it
Okay.
was it was their idea. It was them and Tower of Power.
Oh, so you're still a
Oh
young
yeah,
man. Yeah,
yes,
that's my
that's my
joint, man.
jam.
That's
Yep.
my joint,
Mm-hmm.
Tower Power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. I grew up knowing some musicians from Tower Power,
Mm-hmm.
so their Tower Power was probably the same kind of level as oh man, it fails me. This Santana.
Santana. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
gosh,
So,
Santana.
yeah,
Yes,
so they're probably
love
the same
Santana.
level as Tower Power at that time
Mm-hmm.
as
Mm-hmm.
when I was growing up. But yeah, so karaoke is a big thing out there.
Oh, dude, karaoke's huge out there. I mean, it's so funny because I mean that was our thing. Me and the cousins be out there at night just singing our butts off. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
doesn't matter if you can sing or not. You grab the mic and just go. But the funny thing is that the whole neighborhood, like we used to call it karaoke wars because we be singing and then one of the neighbors would be singing somebody else would be singing. You could just hear it way off in the distance. We just be cracking up like,
It was
okay.
it was the battle of the
Oh
bands,
yeah,
the
Battle
karaoke
of the
bands.
Bands, Battle of the Karaoke Bands. Yeah, but
So
no.
so with the karaoke machine they got.
Mm-hmm.
So how what's the selection of songs that they have on there?
Oh, they got
On
all
there?
kinds of
Oh yeah,
stuff,
because they
man.
can go off YouTube, right?
Yeah, that's what we were doing. I mean, they do have specific ones. They call them like video karaoke. So
Mhm.
they'll have stuff that's built into the karaoke machine, and I mean, you name it, they got it. You know what I mean? Like old stuff, new stuff. You know, hip hop. What pretty much whatever you want to sing, they got it. But
I
for
was
us,
yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, for us, we would just pull it up on YouTube and
Yeah.
connect our laptop to the karaoke speaker, and there you go. Let it
Did I
fly.
did I ever tell you your boy was in a karaoke competition?
Were you
Yeah, in Vegas.
really?
hmm I sang "Purple Rain" by Prince.
Oh
That
man!
was always my go-to, and I got beat out by Diana Ross impersonator,
Oh my goodness! Wow, that's
and
crazy.
he was good. He was good.
Wow.
And
Okay.
but
Okay.
he he went up there and he was in his Diana Ross outfit. He looked just like Diana Ross, and this is what he does. He does it well.
Right.
And I think he sang "I'm Coming Out."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and he rocked it right.
Uh-huh.
So it was me, it was him, and then this dude went up there and did "I'm a Soul Man."
Oh, Sam and Dave.
Yeah, but it was a white dude, but dude, he was garbage. The only reason why people loved him is because he was very animated. Like he
That's
put he,
funny.
he put the time around his forehead, and,
Right.
and, and he was dancing around and just looking like an idiot, right? But I'm just I'm just bitter, you know.
I
but
heard that. I
but
heard that.
yeah. So going back to the Philippines, so um, what's their bands out there like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get
Well,
tell everybody
so
about that.
yeah, so if I didn't mention this particular band, my cousin would kill me.
hmm
She made sure that I was fully aware of who these cats were. Now I know there's probably other ones, and I just say it like this: don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Because okay, like I know K-pop is extremely popular. You know, I ain't got no problem with that. Can't understand it, but they be doing their thing, right?
hmm
So this particular group, I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking, that they're similar to that, but they're
Right.
Filipino, right?
hmm
And the name of the group is called SB19. So think Super Bowl 19, right?
Right. Right. Super Bowl
SB19.
19. Yeah. I mean,
And
yeah.
yeah, these cats are ridiculously talented. Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, they do it all. They dance, they sing, they rap, and I can't remember exactly how many dudes it is, but it's a number of them, maybe
Probably
like
like
five or six of them,
yeah.
something like that.
It's a ridiculous number. It's like
Yeah.
BTS. They got what? They
Yes.
got what? 20 guys in their group.
Yeah. Something
Like
like that.
something. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Something like that.
But yeah, a friend of mine, she likes this K-pop. She likes K-pop. She likes this group called Blackpink,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Blackpink. Yep. Yep.
which
Familiar with them.
I was listening to them, and they sound
Mm-hmm.
pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like the group that we came up with,
Ah, yes.
writing for
DLG.
DLG.
Yep.
You can
Mm-hmm.
find DLG on my After Midnight page,
Yes.
and now that this let the cat out of the bag. You wrote for them,
Yes, I did. I wrote for
yeah,
DLG.
yeah.
That was a challenge.
So everybody, I'm gonna put that up when I put the podcast up. DLG, and
DLG.
so yeah, I kind of thought, yeah, when our man Chris Dart gave me the concept, I came to my man who's the writer, and that was kind of a new thing for you because
Yes.
you had never
Yeah.
written for a girl group before. So
No.
from a man's point of view, it's kind of hard. You gotta
Yeah, it was it was a challenge.
gotta flip the script a little bit.
Yes.
But so
Yep.
yeah, so you got that group, what were you saying? SB
Yeah,
19.
SB 19. So yeah, they're probably more well known for their one song. It's called Ginto, which basically I believe that means gold in Tagalog.
Okay.
And my cousin was showing me like the video and stuff. Like these cats are talented, man. Like they just rapping and singing and dancing and um uh they did a couple concerts recently that they were showing me. I was just like, wow. I mean, the place was packed, absolutely packed. They love them out there,
Real
man.
stage production, huh?
Yes, yeah, they do it all. And I know there's another song, I believe, and I might be mispronouncing it, but I believe it's called Ma Pa, like mom and pop. Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and even my wife showed me that song. That's a very sentimental song because it's basically talking about how they appreciate their parents. You know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and you know them taking care of them and this and that as they grew up. And all these dudes are from like very humble beginnings. You know what I mean,
Right.
and that's what kind of makes them so cool is that they made it. You know, they made it. They've been out here before. Like they've got a huge following.
So they've been
So
out to the States before.
they've been out to this. That's what I was asking my cousin. I'm like, how come these dudes are only in the Philippines? She's like, no, they've been everywhere. They've been out to the States before, and I said, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So because I
So
never, so out this way we got Daly City.
yeah, yeah,
So that's where
all
all
Filipino.
our loving Filipinos.
Yes,
They're in Daly City where,
I used to live there
and then they placed the Jolly Bees perfectly
on the map,
on the top of the hill in Daly City.
top of the
Now,
hill.
if any people don't know what Jolly Bees is, it's a chicken spot, a chicken
Yes,
restaurant. They have Filipino food there. My opinion, it's some of the best fried chicken I've ever had in my life.
get that chicken
Top,
joy
top.
with the
Forget
spaghetti. You
forget
know what I mean?
Popeyes. Forget Popeyes. Chicken Joy is the
It's where
best
it's at.
the best chicken I've ever had in my life. So they were strategic when they placed it there.
Yeah.
Like I believe they place them where they know like there's a lot of
They knew,
Filipinos.
yeah, they knew what they were doing. Look, that's
Yeah,
just like I told you. I lived in Daly City for 8 years. Yo,
yeah.
they had a Krispy Kreme and an In-N-Out burger right next to each other. I said, you guys are trying to kill us. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, that's where I got a seatbelt ticket
Yeah, oh,
coming out of
that's right by the DMV too.
yeah, it was dumb. It was dumb because I was coming out of the In and Out, and
Uh huh.
I'd opened my burger and I was taking a bite at it out of it, and across the street the cop had already had somebody pulled over. So the cop looks at me, and I basically tipped my burger to him,
Oh my
like
goodness.
hey, like hey, top of the morning.
Yeah,
And
right.
he saw
Happy burger.
he saw it and he pulled me over and gave me a seatbelt ticket.
Oh man, he
But
just
yeah,
was jealous. He just
I know,
wanted some of your burger.
yeah, he wanted the double double.
That's funny.
But no, but yeah. So yeah, they knew strategically where to place it. What I like about them is you could get spam there and
Mm-hmm.
spam
Mm-hmm.
and rice and a whole
Yep.
bunch of stuff. Now the Jolly Bees in the Philippines,
Oh
you were
man.
telling me that they're better than
They're better than out here. I mean, number one, the food is more fresh out there,
mm,
and then they had this breakfast sandwich that I almost lost my mind over. It was basically like two pancakes with eggs and bacon. It was a sandwich. So
yeah.
picture two pancakes, eggs, bacon.
They
I
they
can't wait for
they
that.
always say that for some reason the fast food restaurants are better in other countries. It's like
Oh yeah,
when my
yeah.
wife went to Australia, my wife and my son,
Mm-hmm.
at the McDonald's, she said she had this tomato sandwich, tomato cheese
Mm-hmm.
sandwich, and she said it was the best she ever had. And this was coming from McDonald's. So they say that in other countries, man. They say the food is a lot better at these fast food
Yeah.
restaurants for
Yeah,
some
it
reason.
is. It is. Dude, I mean the McDonald's out there, the only difference that I saw there was they did have rice with like you could order rice with everything. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
so I
But
could have a quarter pounder with cheese with rice.
with rice. Exactly. With a
Yeah.
side of rice. So here's like that in Hawaii too, but I ain't been to Hawaii yet. So
Oh yeah, well that's a I've never been either.
hmm
That's a goal that I want to get there too.
yeah, we gotta go.
Now I knew a couple. They moved back to the Philippines. They were
hmm
living here. Me and my wife were very close. It's a couple, They moved to
Yep.
the Philippines, and they say that some McDonald's they need security, like an
Yeah.
armed guard over there,
Yeah.
because
Yes.
she
Yep.
was telling me that if you go to McDonald's, if you're able to go to McDonald's, that means you got money.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So I found that kind of interesting. That
Yeah.
what a armed guard
That's true.
at
That's true. So
McDonald's, like it's a
that's
bank,
true.
like it's a bank.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. So where my wife lives, in the little town, they're I mean they got everything, but they do have a McDonald's there, and yeah, there was a guard. He was standing outside. He was standing outside. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he was strapped or not, but he, you didn't want to mess with him. I'll put it to you like that. You know
Now
what I
you
mean?
and do they have a Starbucks out there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got
Because I
Starbucks.
heard it was the
Uh-huh.
same. That guard was at Starbucks too.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
yeah,
they got guards everywhere. Yo,
they
like
said if you can go in
banks.
here, if you can go in here, that means you got money. That
Yes.
means you're a
Yep.
target. You're a target.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So
They got guards all over the place, man. Even when you go into the malls, they'll
mhm,
check your bags. You know what I mean, to
right.
make sure you ain't got nothing crazy in there, and
Hmm.
then then they let you in. It's security is tight. Security is very tight, which is good. I mean,
Yeah.
I felt safe. So
So I know music. I mean, record stores are becoming a dying breed. Like
yes,
I remember here in the
unfortunately,
states, man, we used to go to Tower Records was my spot. You
yep.
know, for vinyl and for CDs and tapes and all that stuff. Now, are there any?
Amoeba was mine.
Oh,
Amoeba was mine.
Amoeba's
Yeah,
still around.
yeah.
Rasputin's, I think, is still
Rasputin.
around.
Mm-hmm.
Especially me being a DJ and looking for vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty good spot. But now Target is even selling vinyl now.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
and where the books are, where the book section's at,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Mm-hmm.
can find some cool vinyl there. A little bit
Mm-hmm.
pricey, but I got I think I got my Purple Rain album there.
Ah, okay. All
So,
right.
but it was a special edition, so the LP is actually purple. The
Nice.
vinyl is actually purple, which is cool.
Very nice. Yeah.
So my question is, are there any places out there to physically buy music?
Uh, where I live or
No, in
in
the
the Philippines?
Philippines.
That's a good question. I'll be honest, I don't know. I didn't, going to the malls and stuff. I didn't see anything like that.
Yeah,
There might be, but I mean,
no places to buy vinyl that you know of, and
yeah, not that I know of. I'm sure if I looked around and asked, yeah, there probably is. But I mean, I think they pretty much get their music digitally,
mm-hmm.
like everywhere else.
Because I know DJing vinyl. I mean, there were a lot of people that were mad
Mm-hmm.
when Serato came out.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of DJs were upset because it kind of who needs vinyl, right? I have it on my computer. I can use these dummy LPs to scratch.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, a lot of DJs were the traditional DJ was upset.
Mm-hmm.
Now everyone's jumped on the bandwagon because it's one of them things. If you don't get on the bandwagon with technology, you're gonna be left behind. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
kind of the either beat them or join them kind of
Right,
thing.
right.
So
Yep.
yeah, so vinyl is I'll beg to say that vinyl will never die,
Yeah, of
but
course.
a lot of DJs just aren't using vinyl anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yep.
So in the Philippines, so we discussed you got that group. That's a big thing
Yeah.
out there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Are there any older Filipino artists, like do they have like their own Frank Sinatra?
They probably do, and I'll be honest, I don't know who they are. I will tell you this. I know there's a couple, like when my wife and I were dating, there was a few that she was listening to that every once in a while we'll throw some folks on. There's a group called Side A Band that she really liked when she was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like during her high school years. And then there's another group. It's actually a girl and a guy named MYNP, I believe. I might be mixed up the letters.
What kind of music did they do?
Just like real mellow, like kind of like R&B type stuff. I think Side A Band was like a mix between like rock and a little bit of R&B.
It was like rock,
Yeah, yes,
contemporary.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
what would you like them? What would you liken them to?
Uh,
If so the audience gets a good like idea of
idea of who, yeah, who they're.
who they sound like.
Oh man, that's a good question. So, side A bands. I'm not gonna say Maroon 5. But for some reason that's kind of what comes to my mind.
Like a Maroon 5.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, without the lead singer, but more along the music side of it. They're more of a rock, rock kind of rock group, like you say, contemporary rock. MYMP, um, she's got a really soft voice, and I think the dude just plays the music. So,
So
um,
is it like a Billie Eilish or
uh,
kind of like a Everessence? You know that song,
yeah,
My Immortal and
right.
Wake Me Up, something like that, or
No, she's a little bit more mellow than that.
so
Like,
she's like
try,
what's Enya
maybe something like that. Yeah, maybe something like just real mellow.
or
Very,
Or like a Lisa Stansfield,
there you go. There
been
you go.
around the world, and yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. Something
Okay,
like
okay,
that.
so
Yeah, something like
that
that.
gives me that gives our listeners a
Yeah,
pretty good idea of what we're talking about.
yeah, just real mellow. Real
Okay,
mellow stuff, and it's from the '90s too. So
okay. So be safe. You know,
yep.
have fun. I'm sure we'll be keeping in touch, no doubt.
Oh, for sure,
I
for
know
sure.
you told me you're gonna bring your laptop out there, so you're gonna make some music for me.
Yes, I will be
So
making some music and chilling in the sunshine. You know what I mean?
there you go. And you're staying at like or you rented a house out there.
I will be staying with her family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah. So
then
we got a place to be, and I know we'll be chilling in Manila for a few days, which will be
okay,
kind of cool. Gonna just play
nice,
tourist.
nice. So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to the states.
Yeah, yeah.
And me and you were talking the other day, and you had a story. I'm curious to know how we met because I don't remember.
Oh yeah.
And what song do you comes to your head? Because I don't remember.
All right. So at the time, there's a group by the name of High Five.
Oh yeah,
All
okay.
right. Yeah. You remember I love
The
the
way,
way.
yeah, and
Kissing
yeah,
game. So we
yeah.
met we met at a party that one of your friends that you know very, very well, his sister, who I had a crush on at the time.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Um, we met at that party. That's where we met. And I specifically remember because that song was playing and I was trying to dance with her.
No, was it? What was I doing there? I mean, because I know all you guys are younger.
Man, I don't know if you were DJing
I
or
think
whatnot, but
I was
you probably
DJing.
were. Yeah, you probably were DJing
I
it,
think
and that.
I was flipping
Yep.
cassette tapes. That's what I was
Mm-hmm.
doing.
And I think that's where we originally met, and we
And
just hit.
my future brother-in-law was there too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I know exactly what party you're talking about.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I was
Yep.
listening to High Five the other day too because one of my favorite songs that they do is "Unconditional Love,"
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep.
which was on the Menace to Society soundtrack.
Wow, that's taking it back right there, yo.
Yeah. So everybody
That's
out there,
taking it back.
look up "Unconditional Love" by High Five.
Mm-hmm.
Menace to Society soundtrack is one of my favorite all time songs.
That's a good one.
But a sad story was the lead singer, man. Lead
Mm.
singer, he passed away.
I didn't know that.
At a young age, man. He was I think I mean, could be wrong on this, but he OD'd.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, he OD'd. He had like a drug problem, I think. So
That's terrible. Yeah.
and I don't think the other members really after that. I don't think
They never recovered from it.
the group wasn't the same because
Yeah. Absolutely.
it was his voice.
Right.
He had that unique style voice, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think once he passed away, yeah, it wasn't the same to me,
That's
you know,
crazy.
because no one can match
Wow.
his. It's not
Yeah,
like
he had a very unique,
very
very voice.
very unique
Yep.
voice, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, a time I remember strongly with you, and but we already knew each other. We had known each
Mm-hmm.
other for a while, but this stands out in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It was me, you, and a friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
We were in my car, and this is around the time when 50 Cent came out with
Oh, in the club.
In the Club, man. That was my joint. That was on constant.
That was on repeat.
It was on repeat. You know, he was a phenomenon. You know,
Yes.
and the
Yep.
fact that
Yep.
in the music video, Eminem and Dre were they were like supposed to be like scientists putting them
Right.
together. You know,
Putting them all together. Yep. In the lab.
they created him.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
so another topic we wanted to discuss was um, songs that remind you of crushes that you had.
Mm. Yeah.
So
Well, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
well, that's one of them. Like I said, the kissing game from
oh,
High Five
yeah, yeah.
was yeah, because that's what I'm saying. At that particular party that was playing,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, it
Okay.
reminds me of this specific person I had a crush
Right.
on at that
Right.
time.
Right.
So
And
that's one of them.
when you hear that, I mean, songs are like memories. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you hear a
Mm-hmm.
song and it could trigger a memory of either something bad that happened to you, or
Mm-hmm.
something good that happened to you, a heartbreak,
Mm-hmm.
a happy moment.
Mm-hmm.
But so I wanted just to run that question by you.
I have one. I have another one here.
Okay.
All right.
Uh,
And this one is dedicated to my wife.
okay.
And it's a song called Here I Stand by Usher.
Oh.
Okay. And the reason that song is, reminds me of her is because when we first started dating, she lived about 2 hours away from me. So I would, basically go get her, bring her back to the city. She'd hang out with us. Then I'd have to go take her back. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that song was on constant, it was on repeat. And, kind of what he's talking about in that song is kind of what was going on with us at the time. Because, no matter how far I go, I'm always yours, essentially,
Right. 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 Right.
and we actually played that at our wedding. So if I had to say one would kind of be like a theme song for us, it's that song.
It would
Here I
be that
Stand
song. So
by Usher. Yeah.
you guys play. Yeah. And I was in your wedding.
You were in my wedding,
So
exactly.
that was yeah. So okay. So I remember you playing that. Do you
Yep.
remember what the wedding party danced to?
Oh man, I don't. The wedding was such a blur, man, because it's just like it was such a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
they
I know we had a lot of stuff playing. We had a lot of stuff playing.
no who did the music at your wedding?
Who did the music? I know we basically put together a playlist, like me and my brother. We put together a
Yeah,
playlist. And I want who was the DJ? Because I mean they pretty much just put everything on and just let the thing play. And
oh okay.
I'll be honest with you, I'm getting old. I can't remember who was actually behind there, pushing the buttons,
Oh, I
but
hear you. I hear you.
we
Try remembering stuff at 55.
all I know is we had a killer playlist, and I was just like, "Look, these are the songs I want played. Here you go." You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay,
So,
okay. So me and you we were talking about a major group, and I want to get your
oh
opinion
yes, yes.
on his latest album. And but not to give it away, but we're going to talk about Out Kast right now.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep.
So what's up with you and Out Kast?
Man. So, Out Kast is probably my favorite hip hop group of all time. I mean, it's one A, one B. My other is Wu Tang. We're gonna have a Wu Tang episode at some point, in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Outkast because number one, they were so unique. And number two, like, okay, my family, like my mom and dad, are both from the South. All
Right.
right, my mom's from Texas, my dad's from Oklahoma. So I got that Southern stuff in me. You know what I
Mm-hmm,
mean?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And as far as hip hop goes, during the '90s, nobody was really trying to check for the South. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so Outkast kind of put them on the map. But the story about basically how I quote unquote like fell in love with Outkast
Mm.
is growing up, we both grew up in pretty religious households and whatnot, and so hip hop was kind of looked at in a certain light. So I would only be hearing what was going on the radio. You know what I mean?
Right.
And at the time, when Outkast first came out, I was still like in high school. So I would just hear stuff on the radio. I'm like, yo, these cats is dope. You know what I mean? But I didn't really start buying my own music until I got out of high school and, I got my own job,
Right.
And so the first Outkast album that I bought was Aquemini. Aquemini is their third album. Okay. And here's the story. So I remember that because I want to say it was 1999, somewhere around there, maybe 2000, 98, 99, something like that. The song that was hot at that time was Rosa Parks. And that's one of the, basically one of the singles from Aquemini. Man, I listened to that album over and over and over and over again. And I remember we went on a trip to LA and me and my boy was just playing it, just playing it, just playing it. I was like, you know what? I really like this. Yeah, I mean, and again, keep in mind that was their third album. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get their second album, which is AT Aliens. AT Aliens is probably my favorite Outkast album of all time.
Now give it okay. So when you say that,
Mm-hmm.
give us some hits off that album.
Yeah, AT Aliens had Elevators. That's me and you, your mama and your cousin too.
Two.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was probably the main single off of that. But they had Elevators, Wheels of Steel, Jazzy Bell, Decatur Psalm. Like that whole album is just
Now
ridiculous.
the first song I ever heard from him was
Mm-hmm.
throw your hand in the air and wave
Mm-hmm.
it like if you like
Mm-hmm.
fishing grits and all the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
bite. Now
Yep.
that was now
I think that's Rosa.
correct
I
me
want to
correct
say that's Rosa Parks.
off the Rosa Parks album.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that's off of the Aquemini. I think
Okay,
that's
but
off of the Aquemini.
what was their first album though?
And I'm gonna get into that.
Okay, let's do
So
it. Let's do it.
so so basically what I'm trying to tell you is I went backwards when it came to Outkast because I got Aquemini first, which was their
Mm.
third album. I loved it so much that I went back in time, got AT Aliens, loved that so much, went back in time and got their very first album, which is Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. Now, that was their first album. And what I didn't realize is that these cats were really young when they first came out. Like I want to say they were
They were like
still like
15, 16, I think.
yeah, they were still in like high school,
Yeah, when they came out. Mm-hmm.
when they came out. And
That was
so
unheard of. That's unheard of.
yes, yes. And I think the main song from Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music was I want to say Players Ball. Um and they had some other ones on there, but I mean, essentially that's how I ended up like liking Outkast so much. And then later on, they came out with like, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And probably the one that everybody knows is when they came out with the double album. So Big Boy had Speaker Box, Andre 3000 had The Love Below, which is
Right.
that is a classic. And the reason why I love that album so much is because he dared to be different. After AT Aliens, you knew he was different.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they, basically Speaker Box was the hip hop album, the rap album, and The Love Below was more on the R&B side. So Andre 3000 was like singing and stuff.
So
So
we're talking about Hey Ya was a
Hey
smash.
Yeah, exactly. Hey Yeah was a smash on there.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
everybody was saying Shake It Like a Polaroid,
Shake it like a motherfucking picture.
Yeah, that was. I mean, if you didn't know what Hey Ya, the song Hey Ya was,
Yes,
you were living on a desert
under a
island
rock.
under a rock, and it was a
Exactly.
crossover smash.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
so so
Exactly.
so black station, urban stations could play it,
Yeah.
and it was on your pop hits could play it.
Exactly.
So it was a crossover smash.
It was a crossover smash. Mm-hmm.
Now one of my favorite songs, and it's going to surprise you because it's very obscure,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a song that my brother-in-law introduced me to from him,
Mm-hmm.
and we would rock this song all day, every day, and that is "Bombs Over Baghdad."
Oh man, I love that song, man. I love that song. Oh man. I mean, you just get hyped when that
Yeah,
came
I
on. You just
mean,
be like, you know what I
it
mean?
took
Yeah.
national,
Yes, I love that song for sure.
and it took me a minute to decipher the title in the song,
What they're trying to say.
what they were
Yeah.
trying to say. But
Mm-hmm.
my ending, what was that? What did they say? The ragtime.
Yeah, ragtime.
Ragtime.
Yep.
And that's the kind of song that you're basically dancing. You're doing like a Congo line, but you're like,
Yeah.
it kind of reminded me of man, what was that song? Just like it. Come on, ride the train.
Oh
And
yeah, and right.
it was
Quad City DJs.
or my favorite was by Luke was a score
Right.
was a score, right, or star score. And Trick Daddy's line, I can make you remember my land.
Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy is cooking now.
Yeah. Oh man.
Trick Daddy is supposed to be off the hook when it comes to cooking.
He's cooking.
Yeah, dude, he has like he's got a YouTube channel on YouTube where it's like his cooking show.
I'd have to watch that.
Yeah, no,
Trick Daddy.
Yeah, Trick Daddy. That's my dude right there.
Mm-hmm,
so Bombs Over Baghdad was my joint.
That's a classic right there. That's a classic. Yeah,
my joint. And and then other things that Andre 3000 did.
Oh yeah,
like his acting chops.
Yeah,
is really good.
Yeah,
one of me and my wife's favorite roles he plays is actually in Be Cool.
Be Cool, yes.
Which was,
yes. That's a good one. Four Brothers is another one.
Four Brothers.
I don't know. Yes.
And his underrated role that he should have won something for this was when he played Jimi Hendrix.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He should have won something for that.
I remember that. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. He's super talented, man.
And now this is strictly my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that his last album that he came out with, he's playing the flute, right?
Playing the flute. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Me personally, not one of my favorites, but I gotta give it to him for being different.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about that album?
About the same. The same. I mean, and that's the thing I love about Andre, and because he dares to be different. I recently heard an interview that he did on YouTube, and he pretty much was saying that he doesn't feel like he has anything to like rap about anymore. Like he can't do it anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which, I mean, I've never been in that space, so I don't know. But I mean, he's been on different things, little songs here and there from different people, and he still sounds like the same Andre 3000. But I give him credit for for trying to do something different. And in the same token, Big Boy, that dude can rap over any beat that you give him, anything that you give him. And that's what made him so unique. I mean, it didn't matter whether it was fast, slow, Idlewild. I don't know if you remember that movie that they did.
Yeah.
That kind of proved that. You know what I mean?
Percy, what you paying? Remember? You still doing that same old?
Don't nobody want to hear that, man. Terrence Howard.
But one thing, as I strongly suggest anybody who wants to get a look into the music business, until they're into Outkast's climb to where they're at now. Watch this documentary called The Industry. And it follows their manager around as they're booking shows and this was right before that album was going to come out. The the double album. And so if anyone hasn't seen that documentary, I strongly suggest you watch it. It's called The Industry. It's one of my favorite music documentaries because it actually takes a look inside the music industry from an AR standpoint. And so it's pretty cool. So anyway, I wanted to get your thoughts on Out Kast and about
one last thing. I real quick. I do.
No. Go ahead.
You know what I was saying too is that back then, a lot of people weren't really checking for the South. You know what I mean? And they kind of put at least Atlanta on the map. I know, like Master P and the big timers. What's the Manny Fresh and all them kind of was doing a thing in New Orleans. But I mean, you look at Outkast, man. They paved the way for people like Luda, T.I.
Right.
I mean, like people like that. Killer Mike, which is if you ain't heard Killer Mike's last album, it's called Michael.
Yeah.
He won a Grammy for that. That was on and that came out last year. That was on constant repeat.
Plus the dude is super smart. He's an activist. If you watch some of his interviews on the Breakfast Club, the dude is very smart. And a matter of fact, Killer Mike's manager was the same as Outkast manager at one time.
There you go.
Because Killer Mike is on the documentary too.
Yep.
So yeah. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on Outkast. The next podcast we're probably going to get into MF Doom.
Oh yeah, man.
So
most definitely.
YouTube has a documentary on MF Doom, and there's probably a lot of you out there that don't know who he is. Only a true hip hop head will know who MF Doom is. You might know who he is if you followed the Gorillas, and De La Soul and all that. You'll get a good idea who he is. But next time, that's what we're going to delve into. We're going to find out how your Filipino adventure was. I want to hear all the gory details. I want to hear the fun you had, the food you ate, the music you listened to, the songs you've created. So definitely. With that being said, you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Give a shout out to my folks in the Peens. I'll see you soon. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. And you guys, thank you very much for your support. And we got more coming. And
once again, your pops. He's on iTunes. He's on Spotify. He's on what else?
He's on Amazon.
He's on Amazon. He's on Pandora. I'm trying to put him on all platforms possible because in this golden age, I want to give him his flowers now. So everybody,
we got more coming from him too.
Everybody, we got an album coming from Pops as well in the near future. So with that being said, this is going to probably close out the second episode of the glorious The Beat Ninjas podcast. Also, be sure to check out our two albums.
Yes, please.
Beat Ninjas and Gravy. So, with that being said, man, it's always a pleasure to be with you, man. It's always a pleasure to talk with you.
Likewise.
Be safe. I love you. And everybody, peace out.
Much love. Peace out, guys.